Do you know the Justice Hunters meta? Definitely go ahead and follow my TikTok and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. So, the first deck that I have for you today is going to be Yummy. Song of the Dominators is going to be a huge deciding factor in what build you're going to be playing. Either you're playing songs with Imperium Purge and board breakers, or you're not playing songs and you're playing Purge with like 18 to 22 hand traps. This deck is mostly considered pure because there's not many other engines that actually go with it. You can play Striker. I think a lot of the Fiendsmith builds are cope, so it's usually just going to be like 3 engage, 1 drone, and that's like it. So at that point, it's not really anything but just like a pure deck, right? It also can be just like a heavy breaker build that you gotta look out for. Has amazing matchups into K9 because the cards don't activate in the hand or grave until we get the new cat. Has multiple pushes through things like Engage, Obedience School, and then your normal summon. And then usually ends on Arclight, which can make things really rough for certain decks right now that need to send from deck to grave or hand to grave. K9 Crystron's next up. Standard 10 card K9 package, machine locks you in combo. Lancia does turn off the Crystron cards in grave that need to banish, but you gotta be careful because the K9 cards can start going off and those are really scary to play into. Usually a rather heavy negate end board, has many extenders, and also can play chaotic elements, which is pretty common in the deck right now, and it's really good into Ryzeal. Draco Tail, this is really a fishbowl deck. Fishbowl basically just means that the deck really depends on what your opener is, because there's so many different combinations of cards that you can open. Therefore, it's just a fishbowl deck, and there's not like going to be too many 1-card combos. Even though we have a 1-card combo in Lucius, which is really nice, there's a lot of other ways the deck can be played, even within one build. Shadal builds, Cashier builds, and hand trap builds are all common right now. And then the deck has a crazy grind game. It does feel lower powered than the other decks. And then it also ends on Compulse and Blizzard, which is a spell card which represents Flame, which is a trap that negates a spell card, whereas the other one is effectively a Compulse. Then your opponent will usually have Femina in hand, which is going to be a quick effect fusion on your turn as well. They could have additional cards, but these are the standards. K9 VS plays on both turns more often than others, ends with multiple interactions and a board wipe, and usually one of the higher rated decks of the format. Last but not least, we have Mitsurugi, can play Impulse, can manipulate the hand size, which means that in my opinion makes it one of the best decks of the format because hand size right now is really important for decks like Draco Tail and Vanquish Soul. Has a consistent board wipe, plays the Ryzeal cards, the Orcus cards, or the Fiendsmith cards, and then it also just has the Ritual spell. That card is way too broken.